Hello and welcome to another Star Wars review, and Star Wars Rebels is back, you guys. Season 4 episodes, I guess 1 and 2, they're both Heroes of Mandalore, Heroes of Mandalore Part 1, Heroes of Mandalore Part 2. That was our season premiere, and I'm going to be reviewing that today, but before I get into the review, I have to say a spoiler alert. I'm not going to try to spoil everything from the movie, or from the TV show, or the 2 episodes that happened last night, but there will definitely be some spoilers in there, so consider yourselves warned on all things spoilers. Second thing is we have a new Facebook page. It's facebook.com/ccinemareviews page, and we're also on Twitter at ccinemareviews. So if you don't get notified here on YouTube when I put up a new video, check out the channel on those two page websites, and I always post every time I put up a new video. Last thing is my throat is really it's really hurting me today, so if you see me with a lozenger, or if you see a quick cut in the middle of a sentence, it's probably because I got a cough or something, and I don't want you guys to have to see me sick. So yeah, with that being said, let's get into the review. So we're back with Heroes of Mandalore, and in this episode, or this season premiere, at the beginning, we're pretty much trying to rescue, or our rebels are trying to rescue Sabine Wren's father, and they do, but like in the process of rescuing him, they have a distraction, and then so what happens is, I guess their plan is they have an attack on the convoy, and then that forces the convoy to take a different route, and then the rebels are over here ready for the convoy, and then they rescue him that way. So what happens is, back at the distraction point, the Empire uses a new weapon. Well, not a new weapon, but they use a weapon that is designed by Sabine to counter Mandalorian armor. So it essentially like fries you inside your Mando armor, which is pretty crazy to me, which is like it's pretty cool to me, knowing that, hey, Mando armor is really great, but there are ways around it, you know. But so then the mission after that becomes, we gotta destroy the weapon first of all, and then delete the plans, because overall, this is a bad thing. Like, we cannot have this on Mandalore, no less, because the planet that they're on is Mandalore. On Mandalore, having a weapon that could take out any Mandalorians in the vicinity, that's really bad. That's really bad for the Mandos. And so they're like, you know what? We got to take this thing out. We got to delete the plans so that they can never bring it back. They do get a little bit, like, the other Mandos get like mad at Sabine Wren, but she was like, hey, I made this weapon. Like, I started making this weapon, but then I destroyed it and I deleted the plans. Somehow they got pieces of it. That's why it's not working at full capacity. At full capacity, it could destroy armies, whereas with what the Empire has now, it's only taking out dozens of people rather than hundreds, which is good for us, right? Overall, this is a good season premiere, in my opinion. I really enjoy that they're not like that they didn't just tell us what's been going on since season 3, or in between season 3 and season 4. I like that they were just like, you know what? Let's just jump right into the season. Let's just jump right into our story, and that was really cool to me. I don't like having my hand held, even though it is a kid's show on Disney XD. As far as characters go, everyone but Zeb is in it. So yeah, I mean, Zeb is not one of my personal favorite characters, so I did not mind him not being in the episode. Hera does have a holo call. I mean, that's what I call it. She does have a holo call, I guess, I think that's what I'm gonna call it, with Kanan, so she's technically in it. So is Thrawn. Thrawn has a holo call with the Saxon brother, who is taking over the Mando's side of the empire, with the Empire. But Zeb isn't even mentioned, which is like, fine with me. If he didn't need to be in here, he didn't need to be in here. That's cool with me. Everyone has something to do also. It seems like Kanan has his blind Jedi thing to do. Chopper has to jam their comms. Ezra has this thing where he has a jetpack, and he at the beginning of the episode he can't really use it all that well, but as the episode, as it goes along, he starts to learn how to use it, and it's pretty cool to see somebody, pick it up like that. Because he is a Jedi, he can pick things up maybe a little bit faster. Now, okay, Sabine's mom and brother. Okay, guys, in my opinion, I think they should have died this episode. I think because you have that weapon, and Sabine's mom and brother were at the distraction, so you have that weapon which takes out Mandos, and by the time Sabine gets there and you see all the destruction that this weapon did, and you see like the burnt corpses, not even the burnt corpses, the disintegrated corpses of the Mandos, and like the burnt Mando armor, where like she picks up a piece of it and it just crumbles in her hand. All that loss to me is totally undercut by the fact that mom and brother were still alive because, oh, we were just outside the range of the weapon. It was like, dude, like, Dave Filoni, get on your guys. Get on your guys. We need to have some loss, okay? I know that, people are going to die in this season, but still, these two characters could have died today, and it actually would have helped out the story, because you need some stakes. And yeah, we saw Mandos die, but those were red shirt Mandos, so we don't really get sad at their death. You know what I'm saying? Because then Sabine would have, in my opinion, if they mother and brother died, then Sabine would have killed Saxon, and that's not a bad thing. Bo-Katan made it, Katie Sackhoff's character, which is nice to bring her back, made it seem like Sabine would go down the path to the dark side if she took out the Saxon brother. And I was like, no, that's not how it works, because last season you had Obi-Wan kill Maul, and Obi-Wan is the good guy in all of Star Wars. Dude is like squeaky clean. So if you're a good guy and you kill a bad guy, that does not make you a bad guy. You know what I'm saying? Which was what Bo-Katan was trying to tell Sabine, and which is why Sabine didn't kill her, Saxon. It just, to me, I feel like if there's a villain and he's taking out a bunch of Mandos, just take him out. I mean, he does die as a result. She turns the weapon on, she doesn't set it to kill. She sets it to stun, but she like gives it the full power that it needs, and then it literally like blows up the Star Destroyer that the Saxon dude was on. So she did kill the Saxon guy. She just didn't do it on screen, which to me, it's like, okay, like, you just, you have kids watching, I understand that, but still, last season, you had Maul die on screen. You're not afraid, you can have a character die on screen. You don't need to always do it off screen. It actually would help if you did it on screen. Bringing this review to a close, I personally just realized that this episode is literally just to get Sabine back with the rebels, and have somebody else take over the Mando people, and that's totally fine with me. I totally understand that, because from now on it's all about our rebels. It seems like it's all about our rebels. It seems like, yeah, the Mandos might come back, probably will come back, but I think it's going to be our rebels versus Thrawn, and that's something that I am really excited to see for the rest of this season, because if they make this dude the main villain all throughout this season until the end of the season, that will be, their best decision, in my opinion, to make this guy the main villain throughout the entire season. We got just a sprinkle of him this episode, and hopefully, he just stays as that, looming presence over everybody. So that's something that I really want for the rest of this season, which I hope we get. This episode was a little exposition heavy when they weren't fighting. Because like at one point you had Sabine's father who was telling her, "Oh, your art is this, your art is that. Like, I see your influence of this guy." I don't remember the famous Mandalorian dude's name. But it was like, and then you had Ezra standing right next to him, just saying to Kanan, I think it was Kanan, I think he just said to Kanan, he was like, "Oh, I see where Sabine gets her artistic creativity from." I was like, dude, you guys. The kids don't care about that. Let's just be honest. The kids watching this show don't care about where Sabine gets her artistic creativity from, okay? And the adults, the other Star Wars fans, the Star Wars fans who aren't kids, we can put the dots together that her father is where she gets her artistic creativity from. You don't have to spoon feed it to us, guys. You don't. Anyway, this is a great episode to come back on, though. I do think that, and I'm really excited to see the rest of this season. So yeah, but that's my thoughts on it. I want to know what you think about this episode, this dual episode, I guess, and what you think is gonna happen in the rest of this season, or at least the rest of this half of the season. Anyway. But yeah, definitely tell me your thoughts either in the comment section down below or on the Facebook page or Twitter. Just let's have a discussion on this. I always like talking Star Wars with anybody and everybody. So definitely tell me your thoughts anywhere you want. And like I said, no, I didn't say this before. But still, if you've enjoyed this review and want to see more like it every week as long as Star Wars Rebels is on, definitely hit that subscribe button. I will do it probably every Tuesday after the day after Rebels airs. So definitely hit that subscribe button. Also, thank you for watching this one, and may the Force be with you.